to the Official Nintendo Podcast.
Usually on sale now. $3.99.
Unbelievable.
Bosh.
Hello and welcome to O&M Podcast number 37. Is that what I'm supposed to do to introduce this?
Yep, that's how it works.
Awesome. Apologies to everyone, we're a bit late with this podcast this month. That is because the whole team has been out doing various Wii U hands-on features out of the country, and we kind of forgot that we were doing that until we were out there. And then we were like,
sort of
oh no,
away.
the magazine's out.
They basically came in, put bags over our heads, chucked us in the back of a van, and was just like, shut up, go play the games.
Exactly, and it was awesome.
I think we should reintroduce everyone because it's a completely new lineup for the fall season.
Expanded.
Yeah.
That's a good point. We've got a new team now, so we should introduce everyone, starting with the new person, Joe. Hello. What's your name, Joe?
Joe Scrabbles.
What do you do?
I'm a staff writer.
Joe was the result of our experimentation. We invited lots of people in.
Well, when a mummy and a daddy,
DSI games.
when a mummy and a daddy love each other,
They make a Joe.
Stitched together Scrabbles.
Yeah, Joe Scrabble, that's such a made up name.
yeah.
Made
You were made in a test, you admit it. He admitted it with his eyes.
Someone tried to write his name, but it was just all scribbles, and they said that's Joey Scribbles. That's
It's just so.
it's not true.
Okay, and we also have what's your name?
Matthew.
Matthew, where are you from? What's your name and where are you from?
Where did you come from?
Where did I come from? Wait, in general? Or?
No, just carry on.
I'm Matthew Castle, formerly of Nintendo Gamer.
It's a very reputable publication.
Now of Official Nintendo Magazine.
They thought you were ready for the big leagues.
Yes,
You've been playing
like
them like, sort of like middling around in Division 3,
Yeah.
and someone saw, one of your little articles that you've written or something, and
Yeah.
was like, yeah, okay, this guy, he's got something, he's got potential.
That's exactly
Let's
how
see
it
how he
happens.
fares in the big city
Yeah.
with the big mice.
Yeah.
Big mace.
How's it going?
What?
They're called rats. Yeah, rats.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going alright, thanks.
You have
You're
made
from
a guest appearance before
I
that.
have made a guest
Yes.
appearance on
Really?
E3 podcasts in 2011.
That was good.
Arguably the low point of the podcast.
Maybe.
It was good. It was good.
That was the last time I was in a podcast. I was sitting opposite Gav. I think he was wearing like the hotel dressing gown. it was pretty casual.
With his legs together, I hope.
What were you best known for on Nintendo Gamer?
What was I best known for?
What was like one key feature you used to write for them?
All kinds of things.
All right, you used to write the what ass. Basically, listeners, that's all Mac was on about. Is this little column they used to write for Endgamer called What Asks or something. And
Yeah.
it was quite popular. I mean, I've never heard of it, so it can't be that.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I'm kind of a big deal in Nintendo Gamer.
In Bath.
In Bath.
Wasn't Wurzel Gummidge from Bath?
I don't know.
There aren't many fields in Bath, so I feel it would be
Yeah, isn't it?
There aren't many what?
fields.
Well,
Oh,
not in
there are-
Bath.
there are
Bath's
around
like
it.
in a valley, but around it, it's
There are loads of
surrounded by
fields.
fields.
Yeah, but that's
Heaven.
Do the outskirts of Bath count as Bath, or are those different?
Well,
does.
yeah. Well, it's Bath and North East Somerset, if you want to.
Welcome
Well-
to the O&M topography.
This is a rubbish conversation, so we're going to move on. Aside from Cotton Eye Joe and Matthew,
Where's that come from?
An old Wurzel Castle.
we have regulars Gav,
Hello.
Chris Scullion, Thomas of the East,
Hello.
and me, Chandra. Okay, so what should we talk about now? Help me out here.
What we've been playing.
I like to think I'm quite good at platformers. That is a lengthy task.
I'll tell you what, I'm really there. I'm really there.
It's really good. It's really
awesome.
Yeah, I just
Utter rubbish in the blobs.
Awesome, really cool. Really? Yeah. That's a really good. They're not my cup of tea, those sort of games. Really?
They're not mine usually either, but every spare minute of my time
What have we been playing? We're not going to talk to you about what we were playing last week because that's top secret and that'll be in next podcast.
Pretty good though.
Yeah, pretty awesome. But mostly we've been playing lead review game, which was New Super Mario Bros. 2. Christopher Scullion, you reviewed it. What do you reckon?
I reckon it's good.
So why did you the big bucks?
Yeah, just take good and stretch out.
You should have just said that. Good.
It's a
19.
game. It's made of bits and bytes. No,
What's new?
not a lot. Despite the name New Super Mario Bros. 2, they've not. It's basically a level pack add-on to the DS and Wii versions. A lot of people have been kind of asking why I gave it the score I gave it, which I won't spoil because. Oh yeah, Tom's actually got some comments. You might as well jump to those right away.
No, that's alright.
No?
You carry on.
Yeah, I mean, in my review, I focus more on the negative aspects of it, in that it's not. There isn't a lot of originality there, and a lot of it feels kind of similar to the previous games. So, the reason I didn't say a lot positive about it is because it kind of goes without saying. Because the Mario gameplay is always like almost perfect platforming stuff, and you know every level is going to have a new idea in it, and well, a different idea at least. But, so yeah, it's a really good game. It just doesn't quite have the spark or the innovation that other Mario games have. When you play through it, a lot of it feels familiar. It's not like in Mario 3 when he took off for the first time, or Mario World when you found Yoshi. It's just like, oh, okay, it's this again, and it's that again. So yeah.
Well, I think ultimately it's a side-scrolling Mario platformer, and as a game in its own right, it's a great little game.
Yeah.
But I think we're probably extra harsh on it because it's Mario.
Yeah. We expect so many great things from it. So I mean, if it had been anything else other than a Mario game, people would be singing its praises and saying this is the greatest game ever made, and probably calling it a Mario rip-off.
So, Tom, what have people been saying about Chris's review then?
Shadow of
What
Pain.
haven't they
I'll
been
start with Shadow of Pain.
Oh, he sounds like a lovely chap.
He's a lovely chap. He says, "This game has no reason to exist."
You don't have any reason to exist, Shadow Pain.
Shadow lame. Sorry, that's Gav.
It does nothing to improve the franchise. Played it, have you?
Dark Horse.
Oh, my lord.
Mario games aren't perfect. We didn't say it was. No game is perfect, and there will never be a perfect game. The fact that they can take a formula from 2006 and not improve upon it at all 6 years later is a freaking joke. I don't see how you can possibly justify giving a game that offers no sense of progression to the series, no sort of ambition, and no sort of real substance a score of excellence. I think you can.
Has it improved, do you think, Chris? Is what he's saying true?
It's improved in that it looks a bit better than the DS one did. And it's improved in that the Street Pass stuff's fairly interesting, and the Coin Rush mode's an interesting new take on Mario. In terms of the actual gameplay, there's no real point trying to improve something which is pretty much near perfect as it is.
Let's bear in mind that a lot of people love New Super Mario Bros. It sold nearly 30 million copies.
Yeah,
exactly. I loved one.
Yeah, I loved it too.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the point where I don't know what they should do to improve it. I mean, can you give them a double jump? No, because that ruins it. I mean, you can't. There's only so much you can do in a Mario game.
I think it's ridiculous. We can't start reviewing games for different genres of people. We can't go, we're going to review this game for the 1% of gamers who are super hardcore and want this, this, and this, and then we're going to do a separate review for the mainstream people because they want something else. So it's all relative, and I think it's a fair review, to be honest.
Can I read Enigma 212?
Yeah.
Do you fellas want to calm down? That's to the fellow forum members. Every time a new Mario game is released, it seems there is a slew of people queuing up to not only slate the game itself, but also O&M for overrating it. I've been following this magazine since its beginning, and I've got to say, I can't remember disagreeing with one of their ratings after playing the game in hand. I don't know if you played Red Steel. Because of this, I have full confidence that it is a fair score with solid reasoning behind it.
I like the cut of that man's jib.
Yeah.
It's a man.
So there will be lots of people who like it.
Yeah, and I think the main thing is play the game first and then moan about it if you want to.
I
think the issue is when I rate games, I rate them on their individual merits, which is why it got 90. If it was compared to the other games, I mean, you would justify giving it a lower score because you see there's not a lot of thoughts going into this. But as a game on its own, without assuming someone's coming to it fresh and has never played the countless Mario games to death before, why should the score suffer? If
That is true, but at the same time, if you're saying, reviewing a game on the basis, I mean, we all were arguing over whether or not that when what was the name of that collection?
Super Mario All-Stars.
Yeah, Super Mario All-Stars. Like I said personally, I thought it was a joke that they released it because they didn't do anything with it. And you said no, you have to review it on what's there. But then if you review it on what's there, my fireplace claims to be a fireplace. Why isn't that 100%?
Yeah, but my fireplace isn't.
Like that does exactly what it says.
Yeah, but my
game,
fireplace isn't entertaining though. It doesn't provide warmth, so it doesn't. Unless you've got a really old telly.
But it does what it does what it's meant to do.
I'm not sure how to respond to this. To be honest, it's like my foot does what it's supposed to. Does that mean?
No, it's a game. My fireplace.
Oh,
it's an obscure WiiWare game. He's not talking about
no,
his
no,
fireplace.
I thought you were actually talking about your fireplace.
No, there's a game. There's a game.
It's like my fireplace does what it's supposed to, therefore it gets 100%.
I mean, the point I'm trying to make anyway is
What
weird
score
enough.
did that get?
About 9, was it?
Was
Or
it?
12?
High, I think.
But why? Like it says
Because,
it's a fireplace.
but it's not a fireplace because it doesn't provide warmth.
I'm
It does the complete opposite of what a fireplace does.
No, it's a simulation of a fireplace. It's a damn good one as well. So why isn't that our highest rated ever game? If you're reviewing on what's there,
No, because you get entertainment out of your
if you have to review on what's there, you're saying, it doesn't provide warmth. That's because you're comparing it to an actual real fireplace.
No, because our job is to review games and say how
Not
fun is this.
fireplace.
Exactly. If it was official Fireplace magazine, I'd be all up in it, going, "Yeah, this is
I
the
would buy
greatest
that
game."
for $1.
You would if it doesn't actually provide any warmth.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're reviewing, you'd be a bit disappointed.
The
Yeah.
irony is,
Fine
you
orange
could
glow.
burn the magazine and provide yourself.
We do not recommend burning the magazine. Unfortunately.
Or official
Well, that one's
Fireplace
got
magazine is a
big
really
difference
good
from-
mag.
From a
Or
great
FM.
game, Mario. We need to end this. End it.
Can I say one more thing?
Go on then, Tom.
Samster296 said, I expected it would be too easy to collect lives, another easy Mario game. Why can't Nintendo make Mario games hard again, like Super Mario Sunshine?
Because everyone
Was
will
Super
get
Mario
annoyed with it.
Sunshine that hard?
Yeah,
It was hard, but not in the right way. It was like Super Mario Sunshine was hard because it was a little bit broken in certain regards because it had this, the whole flood thing gave Mario this really wonky moveset. I always think,
Yeah.
the reason why, and then they were trying to design levels that weren't like absolutely sort of perfectly tight built around Mario because he was such a kind of like bizarre kind of thing within that. And actually, I think it's kind of unbalanced as opposed to like, oh man, this is really nice difficulty. It's just a little bit broken.
Yeah.
It's still brilliant.
And also, if you
I
look at
gave up
Sunshine,
on that.
people people will rate that as like quite low down in their favourite Mario game as well. Because try and do something different, and people go against it. Then you try to do the exact same thing, people also go against that and say, they're not doing anything new with it.
I don't know. I find the whole difficulty thing very, very tedious. It's just a very boring thing to talk
Just
about.
because there's a lot of life doesn't make the game any easier.
Not at all, because what I really like about the Mario games, I think it's the thing people find about New Super Mario Brothers 2, is all the little kind of secret hidden like mechanics that sort of underneath the surface. It's not just about getting to the flag. It's about kind of pulling off incredible feats, doing the whole level only jumping on, Koopa heads or whatever. Because you always get those videos that come out just after a Mario game where they show the testing guys in Japan, what they called Mario,
Club
Mario, pulling off the most incredible feats, and you're like, that's actually what these 2D Mario games are really about. It's about finding those sort of racing lines or whatever. And
You know that someone will buy it, complete it in 3 hours straight away.
Yeah, but that's
I've just done
not the
this.
point,
It's
is
rubbish. And what's the point?
Yeah, not get the star coins and not get the million.
Yeah.
Even though getting a million coins is stupid. This is really bad.
Is
I
there
think-
an incredible reward at the end?
Yes,
That's what I want to know.
I'll not tell you what it is, but it is the least incredible reward you'll ever
Really?
see. Yeah.
I don't think the new
10
Super
new
Mario
ones.
Brothers reward was for getting all the star coins.
Was it a different wallpaper, wasn't it? A
No, I
different
think you
skin.
just didn't you just get a crown next to your
I think
thing?
you did it on the DS one. I think
You
or the
get
DS
fed
one or
with
the
the
Wii one.
crown.
No.
The
It's
DS one or
Mario
the
without
Wii
Yeah,
one.
a hat
DS.
then,
And the DS one when you got them all, it unlocked
It's like
a final
Stacey.
skin for your bottom screen.
Did you?
It's
I can't remember. I probably didn't even look down there. I just thought nothing's happened. Anyway,
Story of my life.
Have you got any more contributions?
I don't. No, not on this one.
All right, from our lead review, which is the highest scoring game this issue, to one of the lowest scoring games, the amazing, or perhaps not, Spider-Man. So Joe and I reviewed these. What did you review? You reviewed the Wii version, didn't
the
you?
Wii one.
And I did the 3DS version. What did you think of the Wii version? Well, try and be not not too nasty about it.
Oh, I was going to say it made me want to kill myself. So
Well, no, that's fine.
It's fine, that's acceptable.
yeah. The thing about The Amazing Spider-Man is it takes a game about a superhero where, you know, you should feel like you have superpowers and actually makes you feel sort of disabled in some way.
I think that's a fair comment.
Yeah, it's sort of just... It's awful. Everything about it. The controls, the combat, the way the game is built around doing missions that make no sense because it doesn't tell you the story. It was just awful. Really bad. And I think the 3DS one might be worse.
Yeah, it probably is. It's funny actually because lots of people, you know, see our review and they go, "Oh, but it got amazing scores on other platforms." But the point is that the things that make the 360 and PS3 versions so cool are the open area exploration bits where Spider-Man can actually swing, and none of those bits are actually in the Wii or 3DS version.
So
You can't
the
swing around the city.
screenshots on the Amazing Spider-Man 3DS review are amazing. It just looks so... You can't... Obviously, this makes for great listening.
Well, what's the last line
it
of
just
that review?
looks so poor.
Not so amazing
Mm,
after
after
all.
all.
Oh,
Spider-Man.
I see what you did there, because that's the name of it. isn't it?
But it's true, yeah. See what I did there.
I like the fact that wasn't it like your first thing you did on this magazine, and you hadn't seen the film, and if you haven't seen the film,
Oh yeah,
it spoils the ending straight away. Basically, it's like how's your review going? Well, I know exactly where I was in the film now.
I like how Joe went through the same staff writer initiation process as me, as being given like the worst game of that issue just to start off with.
Yeah, and that will continue for some time because
That'd be awesome.
this is you reviewed some amazing games.
So we'll get into that.
Yeah, I mean, I played the Xbox version and really liked it. Like, it's really easy. I went through in about 6 hours, I think. Like, at least it had the bits where you could just swing around the city.
That's all the Spider-Man games. I always think this thing about... A lot of people say Spider-Man games, like Spider-Man 2 is the best superhero game ever made or something, you know, on GameCube and PlayStation 2 and things. But it's, you know, because you get the swinging around. Yeah. But that's good for like an hour, and after that it's collecting balloons and lots of people. There's always kids who let go of balloons and they're like, my balloons.
But I didn't do any of the extra missions and anything like that. I was just swinging from one bit to the next. It's just really cool.
You're a man of simple needs.
Yeah, it looks amazing, and they've sort of done this thing where the web isn't actually attached or anything. You just do these crazy stuff, and it's really fun. I like it. I'm afraid of heights, so I'm just constantly being sick over myself, which I really like. So.
Well, I think fact of the matter is, it's the same old Activision starting development on the Wii and 3DS. Nintendo SKUs about 2 months before the game's due to launch, whereas they spent 2 years on the other versions. So obviously that's not fact. That's just my opinion.
The cheek of it,
This is
though, they
fact.
run the 360 screenshots on the back of the Wii box.
Really?
Yeah, they've always done that. It's totally unacceptable.
Yeah, it is.
If you're
Don't
listening,
get me-
Activision, shame on you.
Don't get me started, and I could say some very outrageous things about fake screenshots that we've been sent over the years.
From one game, alright?
No. Just let's say a certain Mr. Hawk isn't
Who's Mr. Hawk?
Big Tony.
Tony Hawk?
Yeah.
Hawk.
No idea who that is.
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hart.
Oh, Hawk!
Tony Hawk.
You did say Hawk.
That's Hawk.
That's
Tony
Scottish,
Hawk.
isn't it?
That's Hawk. That's what you say. Hawk.
Subtitles.
Would you say Hawk?
Oh yeah. Do you remember the Wii screenshots of Tony?
Yeah, that's what I was getting at before people didn't understand the English language.
Right, I'm not aware of his work.
Yeah, we got sent.
And I've never played
I
it.
thought he was a PR guy or something.
Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just libeling Tony Hawk. Yeah, we get sent screenshots for, I believe it was Tony Hawk, the one. What was the one that comes with the skateboard?
Oh,
Right.
Right.
Oh.
And yeah, the Wii version had textures far better than it was ever capable of. Then we got the final game, took our own screens and compared them. It's just sickening. So yeah, I'm just basically saying that it's sickening.
Okay. So yeah, obviously there's other reviews in the magazine, things like Lego Batman 2, which kind of does what it says in the tin.
I love it.
It's really good fun if you like that sort of thing. Pokemon Conquest.
I've got some comments on that.
Have you on which one?
Conquest.
Conquest. Talk to me about Conquest.
I don't even... Axel Gore 7? Yeah, that one. He says it's the best Pokemon spin-off ever.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Bold claim.
Definitely buy it. Worth its weight in gold. The ingenious battle style. You like that?
Well,
did.
it's waiting
It's
gold.
not very heavy cartridge.
It's a car.
And
That's
clever
one
way the
point.
Pokemon...
Yeah.
Sorry, Tom.
God. and clever way the Pokemon level up makes it an essential game for Pokemon lovers everywhere. I just wish I could beat. No. How do you actually say
What were you about to say?
Nobunaga. That's it. I don't know. I didn't know it was Nobunaga. Or having a pronunciation difference.
Don't ask me. I can't even say Hawks.
Yeah.
Nobunaga's.
With all these games that come out, these sort of spin-off games, that you do just think like
Nobunaga.
they're not for us. Like they're for like Japanese people who will just buy anything with Pokemon on the title, right?
Joe.
I'm one of them.
Like Joe.
Seriously, Pokemon Conquest's amazing. I think the battle system should be how all Pokemon games go from now on, because it gives you a battlefield to play on. Like, there's some actual tactics involved, whereas I just find normal Pokemon battling, unless you're really into that competitive tournament scene, you're just sort of going back and forth. It's just press fight, do an ability, press fight, do an ability. There's nothing to it, whereas the Pokemon Conquest stuff is... well, I just
How
like
does it work?
Chloe anyway.
What have you got to do?
It's like a tile-based
Okay.
battlefield, so it's usually about 16 by 16, something like that, and then all your Pokemon from your army go on there, all the Pokemon from their army go on there, and then you're sort of manoeuvring them around. Different moves have different ranges and stuff like that, so it's all about
cool.
trying to surround people and take objectives and stuff. It's really good.
Can you imagine how mental people would go if they changed up the next Pokemon to have that?
Cyber GW says it's amazing.
Really?
But it sounds like Final Fantasy Tactics,
Yeah.
kind of, and that, even though people love that, it's quite a niche thing. So unless this game sells loads, I don't think they'll adopt it, which is sad.
I don't think they will, but I want them to. I'd like them to make it as series in and of itself. To be honest.
Yeah.
I think it would be a really interesting thing.
Well, we're talking to the producer of the game, the Japanese producer of the game, this month. So we're talking to him about what he wants to do next and whether he wants to work on Wii U and stuff like that. So tune in next month to see what he says.
That's good.
So that's the end of this section. Now it's the Nintendo TV roundup. Over to you, Gav.
Nintendo TV time with Gav Murphy.
Hello.
Gav Murphy on the TV. Nintendo TV.
That's the jingle I get. Yeah, so I'm hard at work on episode 9. Is it 9? Yeah, 9. Just think when we started all those months ago.
It was
9
episode
months.
1.
9 months is how long it takes to make a baby.
Yeah, it takes a bit longer actually.
Oh, really? How long
Yeah.
take you?
No, well,
10 seconds?
it takes nearly 10.
Really?
Because when they count it from
10
no one
months?
counts it.
Okay, well, I couldn't have made a baby in the time it was taking me to make 9 episodes then, but I could have made it almost baby. Yeah, so Joe's like our baby, the Nintendo TV baby. But yeah, so we're hard at work on the secret thing that me and Chandra saw.
I believe it's Chandra and I.
Chandra and I.
Yeah.
So-
Grammar police, the language police today.
So that's going to be in episode 9. But episode 8 is all large and in charge on the eShop now. So if you head over to the eShop, go across until you see the Nintendo TV icon, go to there, have a look. You have a chance of winning a 3DS XL, so if you haven't gone already, go get one. We've had some ridiculous entries, which Joe has seen, because he is in control of our mailbox now. And he's slightly annoyed by it.
Imagine watching Nintendo TV on the XL. Imagine how good that would look.
Imagine
Exactly.
it. I've lived it.
Have you?
I couldn't go back.
How is it?
I couldn't go back.
Go back.
I can't even go to the cinema anymore.
You came over and gave me a hug the first time
I did.
you watched
Well,
episode 8
I
of
went
XL.
a bit further than that, Gav, but I'm glad you edited. Yeah, I can't go to the cinema anymore.
Really?
I went to go and see Dark Knight Rises, and it
Spat at the
this
screen.
isn't as good as. I wept openly, and my girlfriend was saying, "What's wrong?" And I said, "It's not as good as Nintendo TV Episode 8 on my XL."
It's very kind words.
What, so you've got Dark Knight Rises on Nintendo TV?
No, I'm just saying Dark Knight Rises on IMAX isn't as good as what's on offer in
Oh,
Episode
wow.
8.
That's
It's quite a bold claim.
Well,
Yeah.
get
Well,
yourself
I've
on
heard-
eShop
I've
and see
heard
if
it's a
I'm
bit of a
lying.
disappointment.
no.
The film. That is.
Oh,
So,
no, that's good.
It's rubbish.
Oh, just
Joe hates
start on
Batman.
this.
Joe hates fun.
Joe's broken-minded and doesn't understand film.
Broken mind.
But yeah, if you can check out episode 9, which is live at the end of the month on just checking my special diary on the 23rd. You can win another XL if you tune in, and new Super Mario Bros. 2.
Nice.
Imagine that.
Oh,
I know.
I'm imagining it right now.
What's
I
it-
can't
what's it like?
imagine it.
Pretty good.
Yeah, there's loads in there. Lots of secret stuff as well. So make sure you watch it.
Very
Secret stuff.
nice.
Like Easter eggs.
Easter eggs all over the place.
I don't understand, Professor. Why are we going to help solve an inheritance dispute?
This is an altogether unique and exciting situation, and it has piqued my intellectual curiosity
frankly, I'm ashamed.
Reader questions. Who's going to do the reader questions? Shall I do one or what?
Yeah, should we do it?
Actually, I think Joe should do one.
Yeah.
You've been a bit quiet apart from
Do it in
Pokemon
the reader
Conquest.
voice.
Oh, what am I? So I'm reading out.
So you're reading Tommy Stonehouse. What do you think
Tommy
Tommy Stonehouse
That's a
sound like?
I
brilliant.
think Tommy's
I think he
sounds like
sounds Scottish.
this. I can't do a Scottish accent, so I'm going to try. Apart from Hawk.
Tony
Hulk.
Right.
Oak.
Well, how would Tommy... Okay. There's been talk of 3D content on the Wii U. Of the Wii U games you've played so far, which 3 would you most like to see in 3D?
It's like Tommy Stonehouse is in the room with us.
Tommy Stonehouse.
This is
Tommy.
Tommy.
That was a good accent, I like it.
The most upper class toy maker in all of town. Tommy Stonehouse. Your service.
3D, do you mean like does he mean the game pad is going to be 3D or on the TV?
I'm not too sure what he means, and I've not
Well, they
heard.
said there was a brief rumour going around that Wii U was capable of doing 3D. I think Iwata said like a year ago in an interview, it's got the gubbins that it could work with 3D TVs, but actually I don't think they're going to at all. Nintendo said they're not interested in 3D anymore.
I don't see why it couldn't. Though. If the 360 can do it.
Yeah, it's
for
just
select games.
Yeah, but it
It's
was,
just
they said, and they specifically said that I think the 3DS was their last 3D thing, didn't they?
No.
I don't remember reading that.
Recently,
No,
he said,
I've
he
never
came
read
out. Recently, he said that.
To read a book, man.
I swear I thought.
He might have said that in the past, but recently Iwata came out and said that
He loves it.
any handhelds they make from now on will probably have 3D in them. They'll just won't
I must
focus
have
on
read the
that as
opposite
they
of that
make.
news story.
What is this? Opposite land?
Bizarro Castle.
So yeah,
What have we seen? Pikmin. I mean, Pikmin. Oh, that'd be awesome in 3D. Pikmin 3D. You only got to put a D on it.
Yeah, that would work, wouldn't it?
They worked up loads on depth of field on that anyway. I remember
Yeah.
actually going around with.
How about the
Yeah.
core luge in Wii Fit U in 3D?
Oh, amazing!
That'd be too much.
it's got to be Zombie U surely
Yeah.
in 3D.
Yeah, that would be skills, wouldn't it?
Teeth right in your face.
It's too much to be too
Your
much
neck.
on there. You'd be on the gamepad, you'd be up on the air, be like, is it real? I don't know.
Yeah.
Your guts would be all a quiver.
But it wouldn't work though, would it? Because you'd have to have 3D glasses on to see the TV, and then you'd have 3D glasses on looking at the gamepad.
Yeah.
They wouldn't both be in 3D, would they?
That's a very good point.
That's too much 3D for any man.
Maybe in the
Yeah.
future.
But also,
in the future when they make glasses-free TVs.
or they'll release a 3D gamepad maybe at some point, like
That's
a
just
game
not gonna
with
happen,
the
is it?
3D screens.
But why can't you just use the 3DS as a controller?
Because it's
Answer
so
that.
low resolution that you can't even see
Yeah, it
anything.
will be the same.
Tried streaming Pikmin 3 to be a 3DS, it would just melt, I think, all over your hands. That would
But then
be
the games that
Screen.
that maybe don't use too much of the gamepad would be alright. But then actually, if you
Yeah,
look
but
at
you
it,
switch
you
the
have 3D
thing,
glasses.
don't you? You can move the action to your gamepad.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe
maybe they'll do.
If you had 3D glasses on, you were looking at something not 3D. It wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
If you go
It's
from the
out
TV, yeah.
Well, you have got, of course, you got Smash Brothers will be coming to both Wii U and 3DS, so
Yeah.
they will be making a 3D version of Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
You know, maybe
That's
be
a very
something
good
in
point.
That's a good
that
point.
would be cool.
I hope Smash Bros. 3DS and Wii U are different though.
Why?
But I hope they
Oh, yeah.
interact. I do want to see
Yeah.
them interacting though.
Yeah, but I'm hoping.
They've got to. There's no way they won't, right?
I hope the 3DS one is got like a story, like a better version of the
But
subspace
isn't it, I
thing.
thought they sort of said
And
that's what they were
then, and
going
then
for
you
with it.
level your characters up and then bring them on the Wii U one. Get
Yeah.
some rump.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
That's definitely better be what happens.
That's a good idea.
Or I'll be livid.
What else do we see? Pikmin. So Pikmin, Smash Brothers.
A lot of the games there, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily want to see. I think Batman probably be a bit much.
Well, they
There's
did
a lot
Batman
going
already,
on.
didn't they, on 360? But you had to wear the
Yeah, you're
rubbish,
Oh, yeah.
rubbishy red and yellow
Yeah.
glasses.
There's a lot of 2D stuff like Scribblenauts and Super Mario
Doesn't
Brothers
need
that
it.
didn't really need it.
Yeah.
Basically, 3D TV's rubbish.
Yeah.
No one wants it.
I quite like Rayman Legends because you have that thing going jump into the background to the foreground.
Mm.
Right?
Oh yeah, have a
Oh,
look.
They
really works.
watched the Olympic ceremony in 3D.
Did
see
you?
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Set my house on fire when the torch came in. So
Why-
we 3D
why is
joke
that?
there because the torch came out of the telly, Chandra, and set my house on fire.
That's
It's
not
really funny.
how
It's
3D
really
works,
funny actually when you
but-
think about it. It's actually really clever. It's a clever joke
I don't understand. How did it set your house on fire?
because
Should we move on to the next question? Forget this ever happened.
That was a
I'll never
horrible
forget it.
moment.
Matt, do you want to read out the second question then?
Yeah. This is from Connor Bennett.
Do the voice.
Do the voice
do
of
the
Connor
voice,
Bennett.
do that voice.
What voice?
Do the Matthew voice.
Oh hello, I'm Matthew.
Is there any series you particularly would or wouldn't like to see on Wii U/3DS?
Now do it with a voice.
There we go.
It's quite a broad question, isn't it? Really.
Is there anything you would or wouldn't like to see on Wii U?
Do you like games? Yes or no?
No. I would.
Everything?
I would like to see. No, I was going to say
Pokemon on Wii U. That's what everyone
Yeah, but
wants.
that's
No, I don't want.
I want Galaxy. I want some kind of Mario Galaxy on Wii U. Definitely.
That's the one I'm waiting for the next. The next.
Oh, you
proper
would
3D
be. 'Cause you just
Mario.
copy everything I do.
Oh, I just say, well, that's the one.
I don't think they'll do a Galaxy. I think it'll be a completely
Yeah,
new thing.
it will be.
Like it won't be.
But the Galaxy team, whatever the Galaxy team are up to.
What can they do now though? When you go out to like a galaxy, you can't really improve on that.
You know,
I
exactly.
think it'll be Super
That's what
Mario.
I've said every time.
I think it'll be Super Mario City, and it'll be in a real world
I hope
environment,
not. I don't want that.
and it'll be like Grand Theft Auto.
I just want
No.
I want like the ideas of Galaxy, but pushed to like a crazy level of scale that they could never do before.
Mario
Universe.
as God.
Super Mario
No,
Universe.
just like the most incredible like dreamscapes and things.
Yeah,
I
they could
just
do a
wanna
lot
be-
with it.
They could do a level creator. If you could make little.
I want
Little Big Mario.
If you make them for me.
If you could make your own
Yeah.
planets.
Or a really big like physics playground with like just seeing like Mario interact with all this like sand and water, and just seeing how like elements sort of interact with them. I'd love that.
I think it should be Super Mario Universe, and he goes out with the galaxy, and then everything just gets really weird, and it goes like alternative realities and stuff. Like Bowser's got like an orange face.
Peaches.
Is that the most obscure thing you can think
That
of?
was as outrageous as I could get. As
He's got sunglasses on.
Bowser's the same, but he's got an extra tooth. Watch yourself, Mario.
Wearing a bowler hat. I'd like to see maybe something like Portal, like something like that. Like, cause, like the Zombie U guys, from what we've played with that so far, like that thing I like about it is the gamepad is actually in the game. Do you know what I mean? So as an actual thing. And like, I'd like to see something like that with Portal. Like, you know, you got to sort of hold it up to play, to zap your Portal or something like that, and you actually see, you know, you see through the gamepad into the TV. So maybe you're looking through the Portal on your gamepad. That you can see onto the TV sort of thing.
I tell you what
Like
I want.
some crazy stuff like that.
I tell you what I want to see on Wii U, and this is genuine. I've been thinking about this.
Killer Instinct.
No.
High five. Nice.
No, you know the.
Pull your pants back up now.
You know when they first announced Wii U, they showed the footage of the gamepad on the floor, and the woman was playing golf.
Yeah.
So you could, but imagine the gamepad on the floor, right? And you're holding the nunchuck and the remote. Play the game, Ghostbusters. And the pad is you're dragging the ghost over, and then your pad is the trap, and you have to activate the trap, and then you see when the ghost comes down through the TV, and then you see the ghost on the screen getting sucked in the trap.
I can get on board with that.
I'm
They're making a Ghostbusters 3, so
Get it done. Get it done.
I want and don't want Football Manager.
Oh, now you're talking.
I want it because it would be amazing on the gamepad whilst someone's watching telly, but yeah.
And you can go to bed
I'd probably
and
get
keep
it
playing
before.
it. Keep
you
playing
can get
it
that on a laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it
Or
costs
your
like
phone.
thousands.
Yeah.
If you're getting a Wii U anyway, you might as well.
Yeah.
Well, they're basically doing it with FIFA, aren't they? With the manager mode.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I hope all that stuff's in the actual gameplay as well. I get the feeling that all the management stuff in FIFA 13 is just going to be in manager mode. I want to be able to do all that and still control it.
I hope Madden's good, because that's perfect, isn't it? Like having the little screen there. Because when the 3DS came out, I thought, the first Madden game's going to be really good. But it was the one that came out with launch, wasn't it? So it was it barely did any work with it. So I hope the next one they've actually done some stuff and you can actually control the control.
They've got it as like a playbook.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. If they could do that properly, I think that'd be brilliant.
From what I've heard, though, they've gimped it a bit.
I've heard they're not even bringing it out in Europe.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
Well, let's have that then. Can you bring that out? Yay.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be the same EA trick where they bring out the game from the year before and add just a couple of things, and then just to give them more time next year to bring back all the features they've taken out. So look forward to that.
Right.
Don't bother. Seriously, just do it properly. We'll do it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
really
like
negative podcast.
I would like a follow up to Resident Evil Revelations because I'm still playing that at the moment and I love it, and I think it would work really well on the Wii U. None of this Resident Evil 6 action arcade adventure rubbish.
Has anyone played that?
No, it doesn't appeal to me.
Not very good.
Isn't it?
Apparently it's better now, but
Oh really?
yeah, the
Well,
last round of previews said it was good.
I've just read one on Official Xbox magazine. It's pretty much the most disgusting thing I've ever read.
As long as you listen to those jokers.
But I loved Revelations. I'm with you. Like, it was brilliant.
Yeah, I just want to see it on a big screen with slightly better graphics. And
games this year.
yeah.
I want another. I want a Wii U Zack and Wiki. I really like Zack and Wiki on
I haven't
Wii.
played that for a while.
One of my favourite games on the Wii. Just one of those early games where people are actually trying to use the remote. I'd like to see them do all kinds of mad stuff with the pad and it being like turning into all these other objects. Just because I like the Zack and Wiki.
Oh, you're making me think about old school Capcom now. I want Power Stone.
Oh, nice, okay.
Tell you what would be really good, and they are working on this. And Ubisoft love Nintendo. Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah, come on, 2's got to be on there.
Amazing, yeah.
I'm thinking since Nintendo seemingly bought some Project Zero license or other, I think it's going to with the gamepad as the camera. That kind of goes without saying. I'll be good, eh?
Yeah.
Pokemon Snap.
I'd take that. Definitely. Any Pokemon spin-off, I'm straight away.
Wasn't
Pokemon box.
Pokemon typing.
Brilliant.
Wasn't Suda51 talking about another No More Heroes at some point?
That would be amazing.
That would be good.
Anything, Suda51 could release a blank game and I would buy it
Yeah.
and say this is the best game
I
ever.
don't like.
What's
Well,
that?
well,
No
well.
Heroes. No Wii Fit You, is it? But
Puerile. Carry on.
I'm going to have words. I'm going to tell him you said that.
Okay, end of section. So, competitions. Last month's prizes were Theatre Rhythm Final Fantasy on 3DS. When I say that, I mean last month's prize was Theatre Rhythm Final Fantasy on 3DS.
Scrubs.
It's
You have
Grandma
The
Scrubs.
cheek to criticise my English.
It's a play on grammar.
I know.
Oh.
I know I'm an outsider to a degree because I
shut
sit
up.
away from the team. But has anyone come up with Scrabble? Not yet.
Oh.
Not yet.
No, we haven't.
Well, get on it.
There you go.
What?
Super Scrabble notes.
Thanks.
Brilliant.
So last month for Theatre Rhythm Final Fantasy on 3DS, we asked you to write and perform a Nintendo musical. So what were the entries?
We got
How
surprisingly
many
few
performances?
entries this month because a lot of people bottled it. Some people even just gave us ideas for musicals and didn't actually sing anything, which is a shame.
I think we asked them that from first. Though.
Yeah, and with optional songs and so.
You basically said if you're going to have a chance of winning, you've got to do it properly.
Yeah, so here are the people that don't have a chance of winning.
Get ready, if you hear your name, you're a loser.
Yeah.
Do you want to sing?
I would say more winning impaired.
Winning impaired.
Less harsh.
Go on, roll the loser
Go on,
wheel.
then. Sing their entries.
I'm not singing their entries,
Go
Tom. It would melt your heart. Matthew Little says, my idea for a musical is one based on Phantom Hourglass. It would tell the story of how Link survived. He says the song I will send, but he didn't send the song, is Sands of Time, then in brackets, Better in Time by Leona Lewis. I'm assuming it's a parody of sorts. Weird Al
Should have
style.
done a Phantom of the Opera thing. Phantom Hourglass.
Oh,
Phantom
that
of
would
the
make more
Opera.
When you
sense.
think about it, it's not that. They make a musical out of anything these days. Like, it's not that sort of much of a stretch that they'd make a Nintendo one, is it?
We've had Olympic gymnasts dancing to Zelda tunes.
That's true.
Next.
Yeah.
That's true. You can read about that on Nintendo-gamer.net.
Shut
Shut
up.
Nobody goes on that website.
Everyone goes on it, it's the future. Dorothy Harvey says, I can't sing. Not wanting to torture anyone by making them listen to a song, I wrote a piece of it. Behold and be amazed. I don't really understand much of this. Pokemon the musical, apparently.
What does it say? Oh, could be played by Jermaine Clement.
Yeah, which is fair enough. Yeah. So yeah, Red and Blue should be played by young actors. This would either be the making or the breaking of their careers. I think he's already decided the consequences of even being in this musical. And yeah, Professor.
It'd be breaking.
It would be the breaking. You can't really go much higher than that. And yeah, like you say, it would be played by Jermaine Clement from Flight of the Conchords, which is fair enough.
Has he written any of the song?
No,
He's just giving it a
he's
general
just telling us. He says, "I can't sing, but I wrote a piece of the song." But
We
then,
don't.
then
We
it
don't
does.
have it.
Well, obviously, he's
Light.
Clement to write it.
Anyone could do that. That's something going, I've got this brilliant idea for a Phoenix Wright musical. I think it will get 3 stars in The Guardian.
And the Guardian,
That's the idea.
the Guardian will come and saying, "Yeah, well, thanks, Matt, but we'd like to hear it first." No, just give it 3
that's
stars.
just it.
Matt, can you please take that quote?
That's my musical.
Look, you gave it 3 stars, okay?
Okay,
Anyway.
well, have we got any actual songs?
Yeah, we do. Gav, calm your ham. Alright, we've got Jordan Bird, a long time listener.
Oh, I've heard that name before.
JB, up in the house, says he actually gave us 2 entries, both with songs, and was the only person. So
Oh, he's actually got them.
yeah, he's given us the
Oh,
songs.
let's listen.
Well, so leading up to Gav. I like to flirt before I get to the final act. So yeah, Jordan Bird.
He said something Scottish. I've got no idea.
That's alright. I was
You
Scots.
need
I understand it.
subtitles.
Outrageous. Racism. Jordan Bird says, also all opera singers need big lungs and are fat. It's a bit of a generalisation. This makes Kirby, that's me saying it in
Nice.
Scottish, that's Kirby, the perfect start
That's
of
not
an...
like you're saying in Scouse.
I know, it's the only way I can say Kirby. I can either say it Scottish.
Kirby.
Oh, Kirby. So yeah, there's an opera starring Kirby, and he's provided a song, which I'm going to play now. It's got singing and it's got a little bit of rapping in there,
Oh,
as well,
that's right.
like all the best operas do.
Wiki Waka.
Yeah,
that's
give me a sec to load it.
Here it comes.
Float and suck, float and suck, float some more if I get stuck. Fat and pink, really cute, don't you think? Yeah, I swallow my enemy, Waddle Dee, no threat to me. I just copy their ability, whatever they be. Unstoppable, you see, beat that blowing tree. Float and suck, float some more if I get stuck. Fat and pink, really cute, don't you think?
The quality of that is actually quite good. Not only is it well written, but it actually sounds good as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
good
the-
effort.
what's the second
It's got the
one?
voice of an
Is
angel.
it- you
Dubstep
sent it over as well?
remix.
Second one is a Wario Land musical,
Okay.
and it's a song about tasty herbs.
Tasty herb, just want to shout without a doubt. Tasty herb, with just a few licks of precious garlic. And I thank the stars that I have this tasty herb. Yes, I thank the stars that I have this tasty
That's
herb.
amazing.
Woo!
I hate the golden pin, man. That is awesome.
Tasty.
So this was written for you, was it, Tom?
Yeah.
It's,
Your
it's,
little
it's
boy.
quite, it's quite worrying when you consider Tom's young child is called Herb and then just gives the song a dark meaning. But
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, that's what we were after.
Exactly deserved prize. Well done, Jordan.
yeah,
It was wicked.
thumbs up.
What we got on offer this month?
I'm glad you asked, Gav.
This month we got the prizes, which are Pokemon Conquest and Mensa Academy.
Oof, I know what I'm going for.
The question is, it's a bit of a weird one. We want you to tell us which time period you'd like to send Pokemon to and who they could team up with.
Like T-Rexes and stuff.
Yes.
Dinosaurs and that.
Yes.
Well, you just ruined it now.
Well, they can't do that.
That's going to be the winning entry.
You also can't say send them back to the time of Bill and Ted because that's cheating.
Is it?
Yeah, because then you could then subsequently
anyway.
send them to any other
But
period.
if people
you
want to
could
use
send
their
them
brains
back
like
to the
that,
first
that's fine.
The 80s?
Yeah, but if you send them at Bill and Ted, then it's
Bill and
basically
Ted
it's
isn't
wishing
a
for a
time
million
period.
wishes. You can go back and forth then instead of.
I mean, I wouldn't have thought we'd care about that, really.
Fair enough. I'm just
It's
saying.
it's not actually going to happen.
I'm just saying. Don't try and con us because
It's not a thing that's on the table.
I'm just saying we're on to you. Don't
Yeah,
don't try and fool us.
So just to repeat, we want you to tell us which time period you'd like to send Pokemon to and who they could team up with. Email us at the usual address, onm@futurenet.com. Use the subject heading Podcast 37 Competition. That's it from us. Don't forget we've got some really exciting stuff next podcast, stuff that we went to see last week. Issue 85 of the magazine is out right now. And don't forget to go online and follow us on Twitter, www.officialnintendomagazine.co.uk, and tweet us. We've all actually got our own Twitter channels now, haven't we? So if you take our names and stick
Apart from
ONM
me.
on the end of it.
Except for
Have you not got one?
No, mine's teased because Tom was take.
Oh yeah, so you're Teast ONM, I'm Chandra ONM, Joe ONM, etc., etc. And then you can find the rest of the team from there. If you have any topics you want us to discuss, email us at onm@futurenet.com with the subject heading podcast question. And I guess that's about it.
Oh yeah, and I should probably also mention my own website as well. If you're looking for an off-kilter look at the world of Nintendo gaming, then www.nintendo-gamer.net. That dash is very important.
And if you'd like a translation of that in English, then
you're not getting one.
What's .net? What is it like? Is it Nintendo Gamer .goc?
They only reserve .net for the finest of websites because we don't cheapen ourselves by.
Ours is better. www.officialnintendomagazine.co.uk. Boom. Go
there. .co.uk are alienating Americans.
No.
.net is global. The world can.
Should we go now?
Yeah. Bye.
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 Thank you very much for listening to the podcast. Bye bye.
Do.